Welcome to AJAK Cyber Academy. I'm Master P. Akash. I'm a DFIR consultant and I'm also a cybersecurity instructor teaching cybersecurity digital forensics bug bounty for the past 3 years with my YouTube channel AJAK Cybersecurity, and now we are here right now. So the course will be computer networking for ethical hackers, and this will be a 5 hours 30 minutes course with 50 lessons, and the beauty will be it will be available in both the language, guys. So it will be available in both Tamil and also in English, and upon completing this course you will be earning a certification of completion. Okay, so what's the special about this course? So guys, what are the things which I studied in my cybersecurity journey for computer networking? I've shared all the things as a course for you guys, okay? And the thing is, for each and every topics I would be explaining with live demos, and with storytelling example. You will be working hands-on practicals with me, okay? And you will also be getting a cheat sheet where you can practice, and also the PPT of this specific course. And finally guys, as an opening offer, it will be a 50% off. So the course price will be $299, so don't forget to buy. And finally, you can check out the free cybersecurity courses which is out there in our Cyber Academy. So I hope you start your journey with me, guys. Thank you so much. So hello guys, welcome to my course Computer Networking for Ethical Hackers, and this will be our first lesson. So what is meant by computer networking? So for that I'll be taking out two pictures right in front of you, okay? And from this we are going to build the definition for computer networking. Perfect. So consider this is person 1 and this is person 2. Now this person A is going to send a hi message to person 2, okay? Is going to communicate a hi message to person 2. So in general we have like three mediums if you are going to communicate a hi. So one will be like verbally saying hi, and second one will be through actions, okay? By actions we can say hi, and third will be the computer networking. So the first two part we are going to ignore for this case, and now we are going to see about how this hi message is sent through computer networking, okay? So for this we just need two physical mediums, guys, okay? So which will be host in our case, and this host can be anything. So for example, this laptop, this phone, this tablet, and what to say, a printer, a physical device, okay? So we call it as an host. So we need two hosts, and we got two hosts right over here, and we need a central connecting device, okay? So this is a central connecting device, and this central connecting device we have like two types. So one will be wired and second one will be wireless, okay? So in our case this will be a wireless central connecting device, but if we look into this picture it will be a wired one, okay? So what happens here is, if this PC wants to communicate to this PC, through this wired communication the data transfer will happen, okay, through computer networking. But in our case it is through wireless, so central connecting device. So this Ethernet switch hub, the wired one, which we can see in the later video, but right now this central connecting device right now we have is an Wi-Fi or modem or router, whatever we can say, which is a wireless one. So what happens here is, this hi message is sent through the central connecting device, and from here it is directly sent to the person 2, okay? So this is how the computer networking works. Now we can see the definition, guys, okay? So a computer networking, a network is a two physical devices. So two physical devices, which in our case is host 1 and host 2, this two PC, okay, connected such as wire or wireless. And in our case we could see this is a wireless one which will be over Wi-Fi, okay? And this physical medium can be anything, guys. So as I already said, a PC, a phone, a printer, a smartwatch, a tablet, whatever it can be. And finally we have like two types, as I already said, wired and wireless. So this will be wired, and here we have wireless. So data cables and Ethernet fall under wired one, and wireless we have like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and radio signals. Wired we have like many things, again I'll just explain in the later video, guys, okay? So that's it for the video. So this is what we call it as computer networking, and we can meet in the next video, guys. Thank you so much.
So hello guys, welcome back. So in this video we'll be seeing about how data travels through internet, okay? So before that you just need to know what is meant by RJ45 plug. Okay, so an alternative term of Ethernet cable is called as RJ45 plug. So in a professional way and in an industrial way, people used to say RJ45 plug instead of Ethernet cable, okay? So you know the usage of RJ45 plug, I guess. So in order to just communicate from one host to another, we use this Ethernet cable, which is RJ45 plug. So you could see over here, So this is the RJ45. So this is the RJ45 connector, and this is the Ethernet cable, which is made up of copper wires, and this is a crimping tool. So people who are working in hardware industry, so they use the specific crimping tool and RJ45 connector, and they crimp this specific connector and the specific cabling standards, the copper wire with this, to set up a local area network. Okay, so you could see over here there are different types of wires with different colors has been popped up. Each and every color has a different usage. Okay, so we don't need to go in depth with that, but this is how it works. So you could see the definition. It's a cable made up of copper wires, the Ethernet cable, and it transmits data in form of electrical pulses. It's also called as LAN cable. Okay guys, now we can see how data travels through internet. Okay, so in previous video we would have seen so the data is traveled using, so in order to just communicate from one continent to another, we use satellite. But here we can see how generally data travels through internet. So one is in form of Ethernet cable, so which we have already seen right now. So this is generally used in local area network. The next one is optic fiber cable. So in order to just communicate from one continent to another, we use this huge optic fiber cable, which is passed under the ocean all around the world. Okay, so an alternative form for this is the satellite, and the final one is the radio wave wireless, which is your local tower, your local ISP provider. Okay, so this is how generally a data travels through internet, guys. So hello guys, welcome back to my course. So in this video we are going to see about OSI model in detailed manner. Okay, so it is very simple guys, you don't need to worry about. So in total you have like 7 layers over here. So if you're going to communicate from one host to another or from one host to another web server, that specific request will be in either one of this specific layers. Okay, so you have like total 7 layers, and you just need to come from top layer. Okay, so you just need to come from the 7th layer, so which is application layer, and the 6th layer is presentation layer, and the 5th layer is session layer, and your 4th layer is transport layer, third layer is network layer, second one is data link layer, and the first layer is physical layer. So you should come from top to bottom. Okay, so that's how it works. So guys, I'm not going to confuse you with the OSI model right now. I'm going to say a very small short story. Okay, so with that story you can just build your own definition. Okay, it will be very simple. Even if I just wake you up in the night, and if I just say you to, and if I just ask you to say what is meant by OSI, if you just remember this specific story, you're going to get it. So very simple. So let me just say what is this. So consider you are opening your browser and you're going to surf lloydsbank.com in your web browser. Okay, and what you're going to do is, so you are going to enter your username and password in order to just log into your Lloyds Bank. Okay, so the second one, and the third one is you're going to send a transaction to your friend and you're going to wait until the transaction is done. So this is the third one. And what you're going to do is, now your friend is going to send a certain amount of transaction or money to your account. So until he sends, you're going to open YouTube and you're going to hear songs. So this is the fourth one. And what you're going to do is you're going to open a new account. So now you live in London and you're going to open a new account in Lloyds Bank, but your server is located in Scotland. So you're going to open an account, but your server is located in Scotland. This is the next step. And what you're going to do is you're going to enter Lloyds Bank again, but this time using framed packet. So only this part will be a little bit confusing. Okay, so again you're going to the Lloyds Bank, but you're going to use using the framed packet. So that's the next step. And the final step is you save the transaction history. So you're going to save your transaction history in your USB using your host, guys. So this is the story. So if you remember this story, you can easily build the definition, and you just learned the OSI model. That's it. Okay, so I'm going to explain you in a detailed manner right now. So these are the 7 points, and for each point it represents an each layer, guys. So that's how it works. So next we are going to see about the layer, the each and every layer specifically. So the first layer is application layer, guys. So you should come from top, so which is application layer, and this is the 7th layer in the OSI model. Okay, so it consists of data. Okay, you are sending a request and it consists of data. It's a human machine interface. So if you see over here, So this is the example for the application layer. So you are going to serve lloydsbank.com. So here, that's what it is, a human machine interface. You're opening your browser and you're going to surf lloydsbank.com. So the protocol used over here is HTTP and FTP. So whatever request or whatever file you're just sending, so that happens in this specific layer. Okay. So the example here is, if I need to open the Lloyds Bank means this application layer will take care of it. So this will go to the website page. So you surf on this specific browser. So that is taken care of by this application layer guys. So this is how the application layer works, and this is the 7th layer in the OSI model. Okay. So guys, the next layer is presentation layer, so which is the 6th layer in the OSI model. Okay, so this layer is used for encryption and decryption process guys. Okay, so consider, so we can see the story now. So you are going to enter your username and password and you're going to log into lloydsbank.com. So this is where the presentation layer comes to place. So the protocol used here is SSL and TLS, secure socket layer, and TLS is transport layer security. So now consider you just surf the browser and you just typed lloydsbank.com. Okay, so now you're going to enter your login and password. So when you just enter your creds and password, your credentials, that specific request will be encrypted and it will goes to the server as a decrypted one. Okay, so that's where this presentation layer comes to place, encryption and decryption layer. So this is the example for presentation layer guys. So guys, the next layer is session layer. So this layer is the 5th layer in the OSI model guys. Okay, so this layer is especially used for the session establishment, maintaining and termination of a sessions. Okay, so session establishment, session maintenance and termination of sessions. So if you see the story, so you could see over here, when you send an amount to your friend and waits for the process to complete. Okay, so this is the example for the session layer. So what happens here is, so consider you're going to transfer money. So you have just hit the credentials and you're going to transfer money. Okay, so while sending the money, that specific session should be alive. Okay, it should not terminate or it should not just close the session. So in order to just establish that session, we use this session layer guys. Okay, so this is the 5th layer, and this layer is also consists of data. Okay, so used for establishment, maintaining and termination of session. So protocol used here is SAP and NetBIOS, which is session announcement protocol, and NetBIOS we have already seen, network basic input output service. Okay, so this is how the session layer works guys. So guys, the next layer is transport layer, which is the 4th layer in the OSI model. Okay, so this specific layer is especially used for segmentation, sequencing and duplicate detection. That's what this specific transport layer is used for. So now we can just see the this story. So now you wait for transaction from your friend. So now your friend is going to send an amount and you're going to wait to until that you have opened your YouTube to hear songs. So that is the story. So what happens here is, so when the amount is transferred from your friend to your account, it should just receive only through Lloyds Bank. Okay, it should not go through facebook.com or it should not go through the youtube.com which you are listening. So in order to just take care that specific process, this transport layer is useful. Okay, so useful for segmentation, sequencing and duplicate detection. Okay guys, so data is divided into segments. We have seen the data fragmentation, right? So it is divided into TCP segments, and the protocol used here is TCP and UDP, transmission control protocol and user datagram protocol, which we have already seen. Okay, so this is what the transport layer is useful guys. So guys, the next layer is network layer. Okay, so this is the 3rd layer in the OSI model, and this layer is especially used for addressing and routing process. This is the very important point in this specific network layer. So it is especially used for routing process. So if we now see the storyline, okay, so now you live in London and you want to open an account in Lloyds Bank where the server is located in Scotland. Okay, so what happens here is, this specific network layer collects my host IP address and the destination IP address, and routes the path, okay, routes my IP address to the destination IP address. So it routes my PC to the server in Scotland, okay. So that's the main important usage of this network layer. So utilizing IP address of host and destination IP for routing across the internet, we use this network layer, guys. So here segments are divided into packets. Okay, here the segments are divided into packets, and it's for mainly for addressing and routing process. The protocol used over here is IPv4 and IPv6. So as we already seen, it's mainly for routing process. So here it takes my host IP and destination IP and routes the request to the internet. Okay, so this is how it works, guys, the network layer. So guys, the next layer is data link layer, okay. So this layer is used for framing, addressing and error checking for data transmission over a local area network. This is a main important point within your local area network. So this layer is the second layer in the OSI model. So now we can just see the storyline. So you could see over here, now again you hit the lloydsbank.com, but this time using a framed packet, okay. So I'll just say why. So now consider you're having like 4 hosts connected to your local area network, okay. So your host A just sends a request to lloydsbank.com, okay. So what happens here is, here your package is divided into frames. So in this specific frame, you will have your IP address, okay. You will have your PC's MAC address, and then you will also have the destination IP address. So in order to just send the specific response back to the host A only, we use this specific data link layer. So the specific response does not, it should not go to host B or host C, okay. It should go only to host A. So in order to just take care of that specific process, this data link layer is used, guys. So you could see over here, these packets are sent over your local network to the router. The data link layer ensures the frames are properly addressed and delivered within your home network, guys. So this was the data link layer is useful. So the layer is second layer in the OSI model. Packets are divided into frames. So especially for framing, addressing and error checking for data over your local area network, okay. So the protocol used over here is PPP, which is point-to-point protocol, and SUP, so software update protocol, guys. Okay, so guys, the final layer, which is the first layer, it's called as the physical layer. So this layer is the first layer in the OSI model, and here the frames are divided into bits. Okay, so we can see the storyline. Sorry. Okay, so we can still see the storyline. So you save your transaction history. So you have just sent the amount, and you're going to just see the transaction history and save the transaction history in your USB drive using your PC, using your host. Okay, so now we can see. So here, all your physical devices, so it can be your USB, okay, your hard drive, your external hard drive, and then your Ethernet cable especially. So these are all comes under physical layer. So in order to just send, receive your data in hardware means, we use this specific physical layer. So here no protocol is used. Instead, USB, mouse, Bluetooth and Ethernet all are used over here. So it's for hardware means of sending and receiving data, guys. So this is what is all about OSI model. So hope you'd have understood, I guess, guys. So in the next video, we can see how the TCP header works, and parallel to that, we can just see live demo of Wireshark, guys. Okay, so we can meet in next video, guys. Thank you so much.
So hello guys, welcome back to the course. So in this section we are going to see about request header, request response and host, origin and referrer Burpsuite headers, guys. Okay, so these are the things we are going to see. So we have already seen request header and response, you know how it looks like. So but again I'll just show you example, guys. Okay, no worries. So the first thing, and next is host, origin and referrer. So host is this thing, you guys know, like if you go into Google Chrome and if you just type facebook.com, so that facebook.com will be indicating as an host, okay, so to which domain you make the request. And origin, so this generally takes place in a third party request, guys. Okay, so indicates the origin of the request, typically used in third party request. Okay, so just consider you are going to search a term term called as AJAK Cybersecurity in search.nasa.gov subdomain. So what will happen there is that AJAK cybersecurity will be fetched from nasa.gov domain. So but the origin will be, the host will be pointing to the search.nasa.gov, but the answer which we fetch, it will come from nasa.gov, guys. Okay, so that's what we call it as origin. Okay guys, so the final one will be referrer. So this one generally indicates the previous web page URL. For example, if you are going to just type facebook.com from google.com, okay, so sorry, if you are in facebook.com right now but you are going to jump to google.com, okay, so the host will just point to google.com, but the referrer will be coming from facebook.com, guys. Okay, so I'll just give a brief demo on all the 5 things right now. So first one will be request and response. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type this facebook.com again. I'm just going to reload this request. Okay, so I'll just type my burp. So intercept is on, and yeah, so I'm just going to reload this page, and as you could see, I'll just send this to repeater so that it will be easy to understand. So you could see over here, this is the request and this is the response. So we have captured a request right now with us. So this will be the method get request, and these are the header files, and in the body there is nothing is passing away. So this is the request, and when we just send the request, it will just give us as a web page, guys. Okay, so this will be the response. Okay, so this is request and this is response. So when we just capture the request and send it to the server, in response we get this page as a response. Okay, so this is how request and response looks like. And next one will be host. Okay, so host, as you could see, okay, I'll just forward this request. So next one will be host. So if I just type again tesco.com, okay, so this page will be reloading, correct? So what I'm going to do is, so I'm just going to reload this page again, typing tesco.com. okay, so tesco.com. so I'll just capture the request and I'm just going to tick enter. So we can see the request over here, the host is coming from, the host is tesco.com, which means this specific request goes to Tesco's server. Okay, so that's what the meaning of host. Okay, and next one will be looking into is origin, guys. Okay, so origin, what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to change the password over here, 123456. Okay, so change the email. What I'm gonna do is let's check where the origin just comes from. Okay, so burp is on, update email, forward. Okay, this is our request. So as you could see over here, cloudskillboost.google, and as you could see, the origin here is, it comes from the same host only. Okay, so this concept origin, we call it as there is a concept called as CORS, guys. Okay, cross origin resource policy. So it is a very big concept again. So there is a separate bug in bug bounty and penetration testing called as CORS bug. Okay, so which domains allows the third party request. So it generally refers to a third party request, this origin, as I always said, correct? But here the origin they have set as the same as host. Okay, at sometimes this origin could come from google.com, cloud.google.com. okay, but here they set it as origin as the same as host. Okay, so that's what this meaning. And finally what we are going to see is, okay, so the final thing is referrer, correct? So referrer is, as I already said, you could see over here, I'm just going to go to google.com right now, but right now I'm in india.gov.in, correct? So what I'm going to do is, so as you could see over here, search for AJAK cybersecurity on Google. So if you see the bottom corner right down, so okay, the left bottom right corner, you could see it passes, the host will be pointing to google.com, correct? So because we are going to jump into google.com, the Google server, but let's see where the referrer points to, guys. Okay, so I'm going to turn on my burp right now. So turn on, intercept is on, and I'm going to capture this request. So yeah, so as you could see over here, host is google.com. okay, but if we can see the referrer, okay, there you go, the referrer is coming from india.gov.in, guys. Okay, so generally this is used in digital forensics investigation, as I already said, and it is also used in bug bounty, guys. Okay, where the referrer comes from, and whether you can change the host, the origin, whether you can add any X forwarded host origin, any types of additional security headers. So there are like many things when we do bug bounty, but still right now this demo would be perfect for host, origin, and referrer, and request and response case. Okay, so in the upcoming videos we can see what is meant by the accept encoding, and then CSRF cookies. So we can see in the next video, guys. Okay, so thank you so much. We can meet in next video, guys.